Hey, I really had to think about this. I had to tap into my mental bank and really think for a second and say, well, damn, if all of these reports were coming out that Shedeur, he was fighting for a spot. If all of these reports were coming out that was saying maybe Shedeur needs to take a few years and follow Flacco, let Joe Flacco, lead him to the promised land, right? Okay, Super Bowl champ, he's done his thing, cool. Soon after he won that Super Bowl, he got a big time payday, cool. Never really lived up to the hype, but that's another story for another day. You got a veteran quarterback. You got a veteran. Learn from Flacco. And then I hear he's in steep competition with the quarterback from Oregon, whoever that guy is. I refuse to mention his name on this here channel, but that's another story for another day. And then I think, well, damn, Shedeur, he been doing his thing since day one. He got greatness attached to his name, simply being the son of Shedeur Sanders. And he's proven himself. He was literally the best, maybe 1A, 1B. A lot of people say that he was better than Cam Ward. Take your pick, if you ask me. I mean, what you went to? You went to a pocket guy. You went to a guy who gonna extend plays. You went to a guy that's gonna be a big body, all around type QB. Could pick up that first down with his feet if need be. Cam Ward is solid. I'm not mad at that number one pick in the least bit. But Shedeur, if anything, the second best quarterback in that draft. Let's call a spade a spade. How they did him was dirty. And it seemed like it was a concerted effort to get this man smooth up out of the paint. We got to call a spade a spade. I mean, let's call it what it is. And so my thing is, it's like, well, damn, where's this start coming from? What are these people really trying to do when it comes to Shedeur Sanders? Are these people trying to make a fool out of this dude? Are they trying to make an ass out of Shedeur Sanders? We got to remember, they colluded to make a fool of him since day one. Owners got together, allegedly, called each other up, said, nah, he not good for our system. Nah, he not getting by our system. I mean the NFL. If he believes he's going to come in and create his own lane and he thinks he's bigger than the program, his dad thinks he's bigger than the program, get your butt to the back of the bus. Hey, go ahead and hit the back of the bus, player. This ain't what you want up over here. You will not come into the NFL and think you run the show. You will not come into the NFL with prior endorsements, shit lined up, and think we about to let this thing be easy for you. This ain't no cakewalk. You're not coming in with Sean. You're not dictating to us. Get back in them fields. Get back in them fields and pick that cotton, right? So we really got to ask ourselves, well, damn. If they did all, hold up. We forgot about the prank call. We forgot about the prank call on day 2. His number allegedly getting leaked. Okay, we leaking numbers now. When have you ever seen that happen in the draft? It's been a lot of firsts with Shedeur Sanders, and I think you can add that one to the list. When have you seen someone's number get leaked and we prank calling on draft day? What type of people are you to... You mean to tell me that wasn't planned? You mean to tell me his son just magically got his dad's number off the iPad? That confidential information. Now we just giving up information to whoever wanted to be able to prank call people, right? That's how we living. Like I said, Shedeur, he's accomplished a lot of things. And in this past draft was a first for a lot of things that we ain't never seen before. That included Shedeur Sanders. So why wouldn't the first continue? That being, we're going to embarrass his ass. Maybe Shedeur really truly isn't ready. How do y'all feel about that? He might not be ready. You get a lot of people, a lot of scouts saying that maybe he should take some time to learn after Flacco. So why are they putting him in the forefront to start this preseason game? Because it's not to preserve Flacco like he just this all-time great. It's not to just let's let Flacco rest and really get him at full strength when the regular season starts. That's not the case. And we know that ain't it. Because even Tom Brady himself, even the great one himself, the GOAT, has had his fair share of preseason openers. He done did his thing preseason games. Any quarterback that you could think of done played at least a few quarters in the preseason before they let them guys, get their rocks off and see what they got. We've seen this before, bro. But we haven't seen a two, who they're saying may be the two. We haven't seen them put him in the forefront like that to start in a preseason game, which leads me to believe something fishy might be going on, man. It might be something fishy in Denmark, rotten. Now, see, what I think Shedeur is going to do is I think he's going to come out and ball, especially being with those ones. You get a chance to get some superb talent. You get a chance to get these guys who actually know what they're doing to where you can look good. You can look like a somebody out there. Shedeur has never feared the moment. He's never been afraid of the goddamn moment. So with that being said, he might take full advantage of this opportunity and it may blow up in their face. I feel like the fix is in, but it's up to Shedeur to really change the narrative with this thing. Because if he plays bad, I told you he wasn't ready. If he plays bad, I told you that shit he was doing in college wasn't going to work. Trying to make these plays out of nothing. Knowing he don't really have a line like that though, right? Knowing he not really tapped in with you get to learn. And as a quarterback, usually that's quote unquote the smartest person in the room. So you expect them to be able to learn that offense and get acclimated with that offense. But it's tough. It's tough going from Colorado and now I'm running a whole entirely different scheme. Football is football at the end of the day. Don't get me wrong. But a quarterback got to know everybody's position, everybody's move, including those defenses. So Shedeur got a lot on his plate. And they said, you know what? Let's throw him in day one. Day one preseason. So we can show everybody that he ain't ready. We can show everybody that he's garbage. We can show everybody that we made the right move by drafting him at the very end of the draft. That's what I think people are truly hoping for. That's what I think the higher ups are attempting to do. Because it's like, well, damn, why not let him learn after Flacco all of a sudden? Why not put this dude in the starting lineup maybe 2-3 games in the regular season, maybe 4 games in the regular season? What are you guys trying to prove by putting him out there preseason? A lot of question marks, man. I got a lot of questions with this. And, I get real passionate about this topic because they've been trying to hold Shedeur from day one. Well, it's because of his attitude. It's because of his persona. It's because he's flashy. He's cocky. He's arrogant. Hey, Kobe was arrogant. Kobe was cocky. Then people hated Kobe too until you couldn't. He was just so good to you. You couldn't hate him, and you still hated him, but you had to look for reasons. God damn it. Well, he's an R word. He R worded that girl. That girl had every player's bodily fluids inside of her. That's what the case. Well, damn it, Kobe, he still did it. He shouldn't have been there. He shouldn't have been messing with her. I still believe her. They got Shedeur in a trick bag right now, man, that only Shedeur can climb out of. Can't nobody else help him out of this situation other than himself. and really his team, really his Browns team. I hope they rally. I hope a lot of these receivers are on point, catching passes, doing what they supposed to do, and have this dude go out there and put up an amazing show. You know, because they're just looking for any reason to throw this man to the wolves. Him being the son of Shedeur Sanders, they're looking for any reason to stomp on Prime. Reason why I truly feel like this is because you couldn't tell Prime not to be him. No NFL coach, although they most likely 9 times out of 10 wanted to, they couldn't simmer Coach Prime down. They didn't like that primetime shit. I'm not hearing, oh, it's because he was a corner, so he can be a little flashy. He can do those type of things at the cornerback position. I'm not hearing that. They hated that. They hated the fact that he was pulling up from baseball games. He was able to do both. You know what I'm saying? They didn't like that. They didn't like that he was big time and he was really doing numbers in both sports like that. They didn't like that he was cocky about it and he expressed that he was the best. No. They rather him be humble. They rather him be a Jerry Rice type figure. That's why they didn't get along. And Jerry, no disrespect to the game, no disrespect to what he's laid out. The greatest receiver probably to ever walk this earth. Not talent-wise, but as far as producing, probably the greatest receiver we've ever seen. But that mentality, that yes boy coon-like mentality Jerry exhibited. That's Jerry on Popeye's commercials with chicken wings, goddamn chicken legs as the face mask. Taking a bite of the face mask. That's that type of shit Prime wouldn't do. Now, I'm not saying Prime wouldn't get up in a dress. I'm not saying that. You know that. You know, that upper echelon elitism is different. The things you got to do. The things you got to do in that world. But the coon mentality, maybe the Jesus-like mentality, but the coon mentality, I've never seen it out of Prime, ever. Let's call a spade. And I think the NFL, they're frustrated. They're pissed because they're like, Dion, we let you get away with this once. That's because you were bringing us all this money. You don't bring us all of this money anymore. You may be racking it in for NCAA, but this ain't the NCAA, and you know exactly what this is. You know what I mean? And you know deep down inside, at least we thought he did, but he found out the hard way. We don't rock with you like that. We never did. We allowed you to do that because you were doing our bidding. You were a great draw, brought the fans out. It was a commodity to have an NFL guy going back to the MLB, and you know you had Bo. Both guys were able to do. It was good for the sport. It was good for the league. But your son? Your son? He'll never be able to do that. So y'all let me know how y'all feel about this, man. Am I smoking rock? It's the failed athlete. That don't mean you got to fail in life.